Hi everyone, how are we today? We're actually doing the weekly readings, but we are doing it in an all signs style format today. So make sure you do jump to the description box for your timestamp for your particular sign. I do apologize that I haven't been able to do the the full individual weekly readings this week. I've got a hectic week. I've had my son's birthday. I've been buying and selling cars, so I'm trying to sort that out. I'm also still having device issues, so I am trying to, secure a new device that is going to be a lot better for the videos. So hopefully we can have that sorted as soon as possible as well. So I just thought it might be easier for me to make sure I can actually give you a weekly reading of some description by doing that in an all signs format. Okay, so I am sorry about it not being individual, but do what we got to do, guys. I will, obviously make sure I do link every sign in the so that you all get the notifications and whatnot as well. But make sure you do leave me a comment. Let me know if you actually prefer the weekly readings in an all signs format like this, because to be completely honest, it is a lot easier on me time-wise to do it this way. Normally, with those individual readings, they do take a little bit more time. Also, with uploading and all that sort of stuff as well. But a lot of different things come into play when it comes to that side of things. But let me know, if you prefer the individual way or the all signs way of doing the weekly readings. Like I said, it will be in the description box, timestamps. Okay, so make sure you check that one there. Okay, this week I am using, we've got the Spirit Junkie Oracle, and I am using the old style lenormand deck. This is an old, just a basic lenormand deck there. And do you know what? I actually will use a love deck this week as well. All right, this is the closest one to me, so this will be the one getting used. All right, this is the Deep Love Oracle. All right, so starting us off with Aries. Okay, Aries, your weekly messages. What does Aries need to know right now? What's important for our Aries to know? Aries. The more I honor my inner light, the more I brighten the world. I choose to shine. Bringing the sunshine, Aries, honoring your inner light, so not allowing the darkness to overtake that little inner light of yours and choosing to shine. This does bring to light, Aries, something that I do sort of say quite frequently, to everyone in my life, friends, family, during clients' readings and those sorts of things as well, that happiness is something that we actually have to choose. It is very easy to allow ourselves to dwell in, the negative stuff, the stuff that's happened, our experiences in a negative way, and find ways to just cope rather than actually choosing to, because it's a conscious choice sometimes to actually get out of bed, face the day, try our best. It's actually, a conscious choice that we need to make sometimes every single day, that I choose to find happiness. I choose to seek happiness. I choose happiness for myself rather than allowing all this negative-ish to take over, rather than allowing myself to dwell in the past, allowing myself to go down that train of thought that's negative thinking and all those sorts of things. So choosing happiness, choosing to shine, choosing to allow that inner light of yours to brighten, even if it's not the whole world, your world. Okay, I do feel as though for you, Aries, this is a conscious choice you're needing to start to make for yourself, that you choose to be happy. I refuse to let, and it's probably a good thing for you, Aries, to think about it as stubborn. Be a little bit stubborn against, I refuse to let that negative stuff hold me back anymore. Aries, what does Aries need to know right now, please? Because, there's a lot of stuff that is trying to hold you back here. Not going to lie. There's a lot of stuff trying to hold you back and make you dwell in that energy. Just clarify those first two cards here for Aries. What? Yeah, okay. On the bottom of the deck, Aries, we have the cross coming through. So once again, have belief, have faith in yourself that, no matter how many burdens and responsibilities are on your shoulders, that you can choose, to follow a different path to your destiny here, that you can choose a different path. All right. And that destiny, having faith and hope in potential positive energy coming in for you will actually enable you to attract more of that. Okay, so like attracts like. If you're sitting there dwelling in the negative, you're going to attract more negative. If you're choosing to find happiness, you will find it. Firstly, we have the coffin coming through here, Aries. That has come through with the whip. All right, so it's kind of telling me that this is once again, it's that conscious choice. Do I, allow myself to just lay here in this coffin and just accept what's been given to me? Or do I choose to, do you know what? Death and then rebirth. Do I choose to focus on the death, or do I choose to focus on the rebirth aspect of that, the potential, that can come after death? Choosing what comes after death for yourself here, because we do see the whip here. This is one of the hardest energies of this whole deck. We do find the coffin and then the whip. It really does sort of show us that it's that choice, that the ending. This could actually be the ending of trouble, the ending of conflict, the ending of treating yourself badly. The whip really does talk about self-punishment, a conflict, trouble, drama, tension that you're involved in your life, even within just yourself. Choosing to end that and allow yourself to, be reborn and find new things, to turn all that energy into. So for a lot of you, I feel that this is talking about, this coffin energy and this whip energy. It's trying to hold you there in the death and focus on the, the things that have ended in your life, the things that, have brought you pain and suffering, hurt, is it's kind of, because it's bringing to light this idea of, is death sometimes, like, yes, it's very wrapped up in pain and suffering. Okay, death, because the coffin does symbolize death, but with death is rebirth. So I'll just make sure we're clarifying that for you there. But it's like when somebody in your life passes away, yes, it hurts. Yes, there's grief, there's suffering, there's death does bring a lot of hurt and suffering and grief and those sorts of things. But in some cases, death can actually also bring release and give somebody a brand new opportunity to, be reborn again into a new life where they're not in physical pain, physical hurt. Especially thinking about, people that die at the end of a long period of suffering from, health ailments and things like that. Sometimes death is something that they embrace and want and seek, so that they can have that rebirth. It's kind of like, if you've ever been around somebody who has, been in that position where death is actually a release for somebody. It's a chance for them to begin anew, begin a brand new. A lot of them, when it gets to that point, a lot of people want it and embrace it. And, the people that are left here, suffering and hurt, yes, from the loss, but there's also this understanding that this is what was for the best, So it's a very hard topic. I understand. So some of you may have even had a death recently around you, and that's why we're seeing this energy so strongly for you today, Aries. But it's all about, do we leave ourselves to be laying there in that coffin and just have the dirt piled upon us and just lay there and suffer? Or do we choose to find the release in this and allow ourselves to end that suffering and stop beating ourselves up and stop holding on to the tension and the drama and, you know, finding that light within ourselves to shine? Do we lay there and take it? Or do we choose to start giving to life? Because, you know, for those of you where this has been a situation where you've been laying there in your own suffering, it's a conscious choice to give to life again. You know, what's the point of living if you're not living? Is kind of what's coming through here. The bouquet, the flowers here. This is all about giving your time, your love, your energy, your conscious choice to seek happiness, to find happiness, whether it be once again or for once. You know, when I've clarified the coffin and the whip here, we've got the house. Okay, so definitely for some of you, this may have been an actual death in the family kind of energy. But it's all about the things that have made you feel secure and safe in this world. There's a certain safety that just laying there and taking it. There's a certain safety and security that gives you. There's a certain safety and security in just treating yourself horribly all the time. Sometimes it feels like a risk to actually start giving to ourselves, to actually start living, to live, to find happiness. It's a risk. It's consciously needing to choose that risk. And you know, yeah, I know that this has become my comfort zone, but do you know what? I deserve more than this. You know, I want to honor that light within me that says, live, Aries. I choose to shine. I choose to wake up and face the day. You know, otherwise I'm just going to, you know, what's the point? Just every death has a rebirth. If you're not embracing that death, find the rebirth for yourself here, Aries. Spirit is asking you to start giving to the world again, start giving to yourself again, start giving to life, start giving to the potential for happiness to exist in your life. All right. Very, very deep message there, Aries. But obviously, you know, a lot of you going through something at the moment, which, you know, we all have those times in our life. And it's, once again, it's a matter of needing to be aware sometimes that happiness doesn't just get thrown onto your lap. You have to consciously start choosing happiness, okay? It's a fight some days. Some days it is a fight. And the biggest moment of happiness is, look, I got out of bed. That's the happiest thing I've done for myself today is I got out of bed. If that's all you can choose right now, choose that, okay? Start taking the right steps in the right direction for yourself here, Aries. You deserve much more than sitting in this suffering in silence. For some of you too, start talking to people about this as well, okay? Aries, romance and love. What does Aries need to know right now in regard to love and romance, please? Halo. A halo of loyalty surrounds your world. Okay, so for those of you in a connection, there is a lot of loyalty in this connection. And for those of you who are not currently in a connection, loyalty is something that you need to make sure is on the list of things that you're looking for. And just knowing that, you know, there is a lot of loyalty around you, just in love. When it comes to platonic love as well, you've got some strong loyalties around you. Pardon me. I do also feel as though for a lot of you, loyalty to this decision as well, to choose happiness and stay loyal to that decision. Choose happiness every single day. Sometimes you have to choose it more than once a day, okay? Something happens and we get thrown off. You have to sit there and say, hang on, I choose happiness. I choose happiness. I choose to not dwell on this. Yes, this is, the facts are that the reality is that this is XYZ, this is horrible, this is annoying, this is frustrating, this is, you know, grief, this is whatever it is. But you know what? I choose to be happy anyway. I choose to find a moment of happiness today. And, you know, I stay loyal to, you know, that choice that I've made for myself because, you know what? I deserve it. Okay, so that's what we've got for you this week, Aries. You are more than welcome to check other placements, of course, being a much shorter reading for everybody today. But make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Leave me comments. The more that we're interacting with the videos, not only are we making sure that your energy is included in the collective energy, but, it really actually does help out the channel. YouTube has been a bit random lately with, algorithm stuff. So if you could comment, I would really appreciate that. Let me know what star signs you're watching today. Okay, so we will move on over to our Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Taurus, what's going on for Taurus this week? What does Taurus need to know this week, please? I welcome healthy, loving relationships. Okay, so in all aspects of your life, Taurus, welcoming healthy, loving relationships. And I feel for a lot of you, Taurus, that there's something about you assessing all the relationships in your life, friends, family, actual romantic partners, stopping and assessing those relationships this week. Is it healthy? Is it loving? Is it suiting my highest good? I'm picking up that for a couple of you, Taurus, there's a certain relationship in your life where it's time to let go, and you are aware of that it's not healthy, it's not loving. So really thinking about that this week, Taurus. And, if it's not healthy, it's not loving, I can let that go. It's not suiting my highest good. If it's healthy and it's loving, awesome. I welcome in those healthy, loving relationships. Okay, Taurus. Taurus. And for some of you too, the need to, in order to welcome healthy, loving relationships in your life, you may need to think about, how can I offer healthy, loving in the relationships I have? Just in the tiniest little ways. How can I make sure that is healthy? How can I make sure that is loving? Removing any toxicity from yourself, from your relationships. Okay, Taurus. What does Taurus need to know right now? What's going on for Taurus this week? I actually have a very similar message to what I saw for Aries, Taurus. So if you are on the cusp, or you have strong Aries placements, you may want to check the Aries message as well. Yours does feel a little bit lighter, connected more to the relationships around you, the healthy, loving relationships around you. Just clarifying that first card for Taurus, please. Yeah, okay, so we have here the coffin coming through first, Taurus. That is followed by the sun, as well as the tree. All right, so just as a very simple, basic message here, I will just quickly go over what we saw, for Aries here, and how that's connecting to your reading today as well, because, with the coffin talks about endings that bring about new beginnings. So needing to end certain things in our life that are not suiting our highest good, in order to bring around happiness, in order to focus on our own self, looking after ourselves, looking after, everything that our tree supports, the people around us, the family tree, those sorts of things, using our own wisdom and knowledge to mature a little bit this week, Taurus, and really focus on, looking after our own healing, our own growth, taking care of ourselves. All right, so choosing happiness, some of you here, choosing happiness for yourself. We have the sun there, is the card of happiness. Choosing to, close the door on, end anything that is not bringing us happiness, ending things that are not, serving our highest good, moving forward, being reborn into an energy where we're only dealing with healthy, loving, happy relationships from here on out. All right. I do have that coffin clarified by the bear. So once again, I am seeing that reference to some of you are actually needing to, really close the lid. Close the lid on that past energy, on the end something that's not working for you, something that's not healthy, that's not loving, that's not bringing you joy and happiness. Okay, because the sun here, adding into your message today, the healthy, the loving, the happiness, it is actually bringing to mind here, Taurus. Many years ago, many years ago, this is something that I realized many years ago. I had a close relationship that I kind of woke up one day and I realized that, every time I saw this person, it was just drama. It was just, I would go and see this person and they would nitpick about, who was in my life, that I wasn't doing enough in my life, that I wasn't good enough. And that was how I was leaving those meetings. I'd go and see this person, have a coffee, and, everything that would be talked about would just bring up negative emotions in me. It would just make me feel worse about myself. I would leave, feeling more insecure about myself than I was, coming into the meeting with. I was feeling less happy. Every time I saw this person and spent time with this person, I just realized that, this is not bringing me happiness. This is not, it's not necessarily a health. Like I already knew it was not a healthy relationship because of, circumstance and other things going on. But it was not a loving, supportive, loyal, happy relationship. And just, I had this personal epiphany one day, which this is the card of personal epiphanies, all right? Bringing things to light, things coming out into the open. And I just realized one day that, look, this is just not, what's the point of seeing this person if I'm leaving feeling meh or worse than I arrived? If it's not bringing me happiness, do you know what? I choose happiness, I said to myself. I said, from here on out, going forward, I need to focus on my own healing and my own growth and my own maturity. I need to focus on seeking happiness, not just putting up with relationships because it's somebody I've, known for a very long time, somebody that's part of my family, whatever that is for you personally here. It's just not serving me. It's not serving my highest good. So do you know what? I choose to end this relationship. I choose to go no contact with this person and end this relationship and find, put all that energy that I'm putting into that relationship elsewhere into my life to seek happiness and to try to be happy within my own self, focus on some stuff. And do you know what? It was hard. It took a lot of strength to stand up and do that. Because, I had people telling me that, oh, but this person, you have to have a relationship with this person. Everyone needs to have a relationship with that person. And it took a lot of strength and power for me to say, no, well, look, it's just not making me happy. It's not serving me in any way. I choose to create a boundary here and if you're not bringing happy, if you're not bringing, positive advice and have, healthy, loving energy into my life, I choose to put up a wall and not allow that person to cross that boundary anymore. Where there was a lot of other things around that situation as well in my personal example here. But I feel like for you, Taurus, it's standing up for yourself. Standing up for yourself. It's not going to lie. When the bear shows up and you're needing to be strong and you're needing to stand up for yourself and put up boundaries around yourself that, maybe this person has never seen you have a boundary before. It's hard. It's not necessarily easy, but it comes to light that your happiness is more important here, and this is just part of your growth. This is part of your healing. This is part of taking care of yourself. All right, if it's not healthy, it's not loving, I'm going to choose to put all that energy I've been putting into that relationship into other areas of my life that are bringing me happiness and love as well. All right. So that's what's coming through here, Taurus. It is coming through, very specific and very strong. You are more than welcome to check other placements if that's not resonating for your personal situation. But it does just feel as though this week is all about, assessing the relationships in your life and which ones are, bringing the joy and which ones are not. Which ones are giving me happiness and, making me feel better when I leave those meetings with those people. How do I feel after I've seen that person? Do I feel better or do I feel worse? Being honest with yourself about those things, for some of you, not feeling as though you have to have a relationship with that person just because of how they are, just because of what sort of relationship it is, like whether it's a family member or a friend, a longtime friend, it's okay to cut people off, whether they're friends, whether they're family members. It could be a friend that you've known for 20 years. It could be a family member that, is a close family member. It could be a love relationship. It's okay to stand up for yourself and create those boundaries, and say, look, this is just not serving me. I need to let this go. You need to do what's best for you, Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Love and romance for Taurus, please. Love and romance for Taurus, please. Compromise. So some of you, it doesn't need to be completely cut off. It's just those boundaries, all right? It's standing strong and putting up boundaries and saying, look, these are my boundaries. And if you cross that boundary, then we might have to go somewhere else from here and maybe talk about closing the lid completely on this relationship. All right, ending this relationship completely. But for others of you, compromise. I deserve love. I deserve respect in a relationship. No matter what sort of relationship this is, I deserve love. I deserve healthy. I deserve, respect. And respect it's a lot of things. Respect is being treated with love. Something I've been saying recently is if somebody is treating me with love and respect, they understand that I need communication. That's something that I personally need. I need consistent communication. If somebody is not consistently communicating with me, they know that's disrespectful to me, because that is something that me as a person, that is how I interpret the world. So, and consistent communication, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to talk to me every single day. It's just making a consistent effort to keep in touch. All right. So compromise. I feel like that seems to be something for some of you. You don't need to lose this relationship completely. Learn the art of compromise in relationships. You need to just stand your ground on what your boundaries are. Tell this person what you need from them, and compromise. What can I do to balance this out for you and make this stronger for you as well? Meet them in the middle. Be willing to, if you're asking for somebody to, do more of something, less of something, stick to a boundary that you're putting in place. Be aware that they may have a boundary too, and that you need to make sure you're respecting their boundaries as well. Okay, Taurus, but you're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Please subscribe if you're not already. Please leave a comment. Let me know what signs you're watching today. Let me know if you prefer the all signs weekly readings, or if you prefer those individualized. I really would appreciate some comments this week, just as the YouTube algorithms have been a bit dodgy with my channel lately. So I would really appreciate some comments. It's really going to help me out this week. So thank you. But moving on over to our Geminis. Okay. Gemini, what's going on for Gemini this week? What does Gemini need to know right now? Gemini, weekly messages for our Geminis. I can't control the world, but I can control how I choose to perceive it. Do you know what this is actually bringing to light straight away here, Gemini? Is this recently, because look at all the eyes in this card here. Not a single one of them is blue, but I am actually getting messages here about, you know, the evil eye. I actually had a conversation recently with somebody about, you know, they had presumed that because it's called the evil eye, that it's got to do with witchcraft, that it's, you know, a negative thing, that it's, you know, that sort of a thing. But once again, you can't control the world, but you can control how you choose to perceive it. So, you know, that was their perception of what the evil eye was all about, because of the way that, you know, the phrasing that they perceived it as, it must be evil because it's called evil eye. Not at all. Anyone who knows about the evil eye, you know, and if you don't know what that is, you can just Google evil eye, but it's the blue eye symbol that you always see, and it's like the eye with the blue rings around it. I don't have one close enough to me to show you. It's in the other room. But the evil eye, I'm getting a strong message about that here. Because what the evil eye actually does is it protects you from people giving you the evil eye. You know, when you say the evil eye, it's like, you know, somebody gives you that like smoldering glare, you know, and it's like someone's looking at you, and just the way that they're looking at you, you're like, oh, they're wishing me bad. You know, they're wishing bad on me. I can tell just from how you were looking at me. That's the evil eye. All right. So wearing an evil eye actually protects you from that, because there's this old, it's like a very old pagan type belief that it may not even be a pagan thing, but I'm not even sure where exactly it comes from. But it's like an old belief that, you know, the evil eye cannot look an eye in the face, like kind of thing. So it reflects it back. So it reflects it back from you back to the person trying to hex you, or the person trying to, you know, see, because from my understanding, it's actually an anti-witchcraft thing. So a lot of people commonly perceive it as a witchcraft thing, but it's actually an anti-negative witchcraft thing. So it's like it protects you from witchcraft, or you know, like back in the days when you know, witchcraft was like a big let's burn some women at the stake type thing. That's what it was. It was like, I've got to be protected these witches, you know, and so the evil eye. So for some reason that's coming through so strongly about the evil eye. For some of you, it's your perception of things. You know, are you looking at something a certain way, or is that the actual fact of what it is? Do you know what I mean? Like, are you looking at an evil eye as, oh, it must be evil, I'm just presuming? Or are you looking at an evil eye because, oh, I've actually done my research, and this and this and this and this and this, and so I believe it's evil because I've researched, I've looked into it, and for my personal beliefs, because I understand it, now I can make a judgment on it. All right, so there's just some stuff around you at the moment, Gemini, where we're needing to actually look into it a little bit more, rather than just perceiving it how we want to perceive it from the word go. You know, rather than just judging something on face value, needing to actually look into it a little bit more, and you know, look a little bit deeper at the truer meaning of something here, to understand it a little bit more before we actually make a judgment one way or another. Don't just judge something as something just because you don't understand it. You know, is there something that you're doing that with in your life that, oh, I don't know about that, so I'm just gonna judge that as, oh, bad. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be, you know, related to spirituality and things like that. But, you know, like I get it a lot too with people like, oh, you're a psychic. Oh, you read cards. You must be a witch. Oh, you're a psychic. Oh, you read cards. You mustn't believe in God. Oh, you're a psychic. Oh, you read cards. I'm religious, so therefore you must be evil. Not at all. Not at all. Anyone that actually knows me and is willing to actually, talk to me about it and try to get an understanding of the way that I read and the way that I use my psychic abilities and whatnot. It's the furthest from evil as you could possibly imagine. Because and I believe in something. It may not be God the way that specific religions believe in God, but I do believe. And I have proof of that belief within my own self. So I personally, I think that sometimes I believe even more so than some of those people that are judging me for being a non-believer. Gemini. Gemini, what's going on for Geminis this week? What does Gemini need to be aware of? Just clarify that third card for Gemini. I'm getting a lot of similar themes already so far this week for everyone. Firstly, we have the Mountain. Okay, so there is an obstacle, a blockage here. All right, so there's a reason that you're... It's once again, it's that perception. All right, you're seeing this as there's something in your life where your perception of this thing is that this is a gigantic mountain. I'm never going to be able to climb this. This is, what's that tall mountain? My brain today. This is a giant mountain. I'm never going to be able to climb this mountain. It's unclimbable. It's insurmountable. But are you even trying, to get through these obstacles? You're seeing something in your life you're seeing it as like a brick wall. You're seeing it as a giant cliff face without realizing that, do you know what? It's just an obstacle. The more with the mountain here, as soon as you start taking steps to overcome that, and as soon as you start, that's it, I'm determined to get through this and overcome this one way or another. As soon as you start doing that, you start to, the size of the mountain starts shrinking right in front of your eyes. And all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I will get there. I will get there. I will be able to get through this. I will be able to get over this. It's the way that you're perceiving it. If you're standing at the bottom of the mountain looking up, it looks huge. It looks like you'll never get to the top. But once you actually start climbing, all of a sudden you're like, not only do you still have a little bit to look up, you're like, oh yeah, I still got a way to go. But you can also look down and go, oh, but look how far I've already come. This is definitely, if I've walked that far already, I can definitely get over this. This is no drama. Once you start walking, once you start putting in that hard work to do the work. We have the Tree coming through here, Gemini. So for a lot of you, this is, this is part of your maturity. This is part of growing up, not going to lie. It doesn't matter how old you are, all right? We all still have a lot of growing up to do. You could be, I'm kind of already envisioning I could be 80 sitting there, as an 80-year-old, and I still have a lot of growing to do. It kind of doesn't stop in this lifetime. That's part of what this life is about. This life is mountain after mountain after mountain. We don't stop. Are you willing to put in the work though? All right. It's for a lot of you, this is putting in a bit of more hard work when it comes to your own healing, your own personal growth. I do feel as though for a lot of you, this has got to do more so with wisdom, maturity type growth, rather than, self-healing kind of growth. This is more about the wisdom and the maturity, the opportunity to learn more about life in general. And for a lot of you, it's got to do with learning more about the way that you perceive the world, learning more about, becoming more wise to perception and how you can or cannot control, elements around you. All right. We do also have here the Whip. All right, because there's been a lot of trouble. There's been a lot of trouble and drama and tension. And as soon as I start talking about drama and tension, I can hear, one of the neighbors has just slammed a door and started screaming. So, maybe that's what's going on for you too, because I do have that clarified by the house. So maybe there's some drama for you in your home life. There's some drama for you, in your neighborhood, your local neighborhood, around your house. All right. It must be getting close to that day of the week, yes, where I know straight away what neighbour that is, and it seems to be more to do with that person rather than anything going on in my neighbourhood. But there may just be some trouble, some drama around your home at the moment. Maybe it's with a roommate, somebody that you live with. Maybe it's a child or a family member that you're having some drama with, and it does feel like, this is going to take forever to get through this with this person. But this drama, this conflict that I'm having with this person, it's left me feeling a little bit unstable here. But no, once you start putting in some work, and once you start perceiving that, what, I can't control this person, but I can control how I choose to perceive this drama. I can control how I choose to perceive this. Do you know what? This is giving me an opportunity to learn more about this person. It's giving me an opportunity to learn more about how to deal with conflict resolution skills. You can put that on your resume, guys. But no, we do sort of see that once we get through that drama, the safety and the home life, the security, the little happy little house bubble will return to you. But it's just a little bit up in the air at the moment. But this is once again all about, finding some extra wisdom, learning a little bit more about how to deal with these sorts of issues in your life, learning a little bit more about this particular person and the way that, because I feel like for some of you, what it is they just see things differently to how you see things. So maybe try to actually put yourself in their shoes and work out, well, how can I understand this situation from their perspective? How do I perceive this in a different kind of a way? It really may actually help you understand this a little bit better here, Gemini. So for a lot of you, it's got to do with your perception of the issue. This may not actually be as big of an issue as you do perceive it to be. So just take that on board this week, Gemini. Love and romance. What's going on for Gemini with love and romance? Woo. Devotion. Be devoted in love. It's a gift of the soul. Okay, so for some of you, this is with a loved one, whether it's a platonic loved one like family or whether this is actual romantic love. You're devoted to loving this person regardless of this problem, regardless of this tension that you're currently having. If you are devoted to this person, maybe it's worth the walk. Maybe it's worth putting in that effort to climb this mountain and get through this. Maybe it will actually help you strengthen and grow this relationship stronger in the future so that you're both more able to get through ish in the future. Devotion in love, it's a gift of the soul. Okay, so there is some sort of gift here for you this week when it comes to staying devoted to love, all right, and remembering that you are devoted to these people and these loved ones around you. It's a gift all by itself, a gift of compassion and understanding and conflict resolution. Okay, Gemini. So that's what we have for you this week. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel. Please leave a comment as well. I'm having some issues with the YouTube algorithms, so I would really, really appreciate a comment this week. If you want to just leave me a comment, let me know if you like the all signs format for the weekly readings or if you prefer the individuals. Leave me a comment and let me know. I really would love that. Thank you, Gemini. All right, so we will move on over to Cancer. Okay, Cancer. What's going on for Cancer this week? What does Cancer need to know right now? Oh, we just had this for Taurus, I believe. I welcome healthy, loving relationships. Okay, Cancer. So if you do have strong Taurus placements, you may want to check that reading as well. Welcoming healthy, loving relationships. I'm actually getting for you here, Cancer, the runner dynamic issue, the chaser runner issue is coming through here with that there's a certain relationship that you have, I hate to call you out, but you've ran away from it because it was healthy and loving, or it had the potential to be healthy and loving and a positive influence on your life. What's going on with that, Cancer? You should be welcoming those healthy, loving relationships. Just because it's new and scary and uncomfortable, you deserve it. Because I feel like for some of you, that may be what it is too. It's like it scared you because you've never had that. It scared you because you don't think that you deserve that. You're so used to the toxic, unhealthy, unloving connections that something healthy and loving, or the potential to be healthy and loving, is kind of scary. Cancer, what's going on for Cancer? What does Cancer need to know right now? Just clarify that third card for Cancer, please. There is a specific connection, Cancer. Of course, this is maybe, not going to resonate for every single person in the collective. If it's not resonating for you, that is fine. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, as always. But we do have the child coming through first, followed by the key. Okay, so the thing that these both have in common is this is a brand new opportunity, brand new beginning. So we have something brand new. The child, it's still got a long way that it can grow. It's only a little child. It does let us know that the best way for you to move forward here, Cancer, is in a very child-spirited manner. So thinking very innocently, not presuming the worst. To really focus on the new beginnings, the happy, adventurous, playful energies are going to really be supportive for you at this time, especially, that adventurous spirit. A child looks at the world with a sense of wonder, like, oh, when I grow up, I can be anything I want. Whereas when we're adults, we kind of lose a little bit of that innocence and sense of adventure that anything is possible. So really needing to keep in mind the anything is possible side of things this time round, to really help enable all these new doors to open for you. The key really unlocks new opportunities. It opens up new doorways for you. So, and they all lead to success with this key energy. There's a lot more potential success here than you're well, it's not that you're not realizing it, it's that you're scared of it. I feel for some of you, that I welcome healthy, loving relationships. You're like, oh, this new opportunity, it's like scary because it's, it has the potential to be successful. And, I know how to deal with non-loving relationships. I know how to deal with toxic relationships. I know how to deal with, negative emotions. I don't know how to deal with healthy. I don't know how to deal with loving. I don't know how to deal with success. Basically, it's like you're kind of scared of it because it's uncommon. You've gotten yourself into a little bit of a point here where it's easier to accept the bad stuff because because you're used to that, than to think that good stuff could be possible because, that's the unknown factor. I don't know how to deal with that because it's unknown. So it's scary. It's, do I know how to be happy and healthy? I'm not sure. It's worth a try with the key though, and that child there as well telling us, have a go, be playful with it, just have fun with it, enjoy that this is a new opportunity and try to be a little bit more adventurous, and think that, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And you know what? Once you've got that happy, healthy, loving stuff in your life, and then you allow that to become the new normal. All right, it can become the new normal for sure. Success is possible and highly likely here for you, I believe. We also have the Tower coming through, clarified by the Clover. I love seeing this come through to clarify that, because this is telling us take a chance, jump in the deep end. Fortune is on your side. Good luck is on your side. There's a lot of luck surrounding this opportunity. It's a bit risky though. You feel like it's a risk. I don't feel like it actually is a risk as such. It just feels like one. Feels like you're having to take a big chance, a big leap into the unknown. But fortune's on your side, all right? And the Tower here shows us what we are sort of jumping towards with this opportunity. For some of you, this is actually a career relationship. I do want to just mention here that for some of you, this is actually, an opportunity career-wise, because this Tower, it is the card of authority, making good foundations strong as well. So we do see, sometimes this can talk about, career stuff in the sense of, governmental authority type roles and those sorts of things, very regimented, traditional type role sets. So it may feel a bit risky for you to jump into the deep end with this new, I want to say government job for some of you here, but it may just be something very official, something a little bit more formal, a little bit more regimented. It could also be, literally in a skyscraper with the Tower card there. It could be, a high position, a very high position, a high authority kind of position for some of you here. If that is a career thing, a relationship, it's talking about your relationship with your career, if that is you. For others of you, this could be somebody older than you. This could be somebody from your past that you maybe have even known since your childhood. And it's about, creating some sort of new opportunity with that relationship with somebody older than you from your past. Like I said, it could also just be somebody very, they themselves may be very authoritarian, regimented, but it could also just be talking about taking the opportunity to create a strong foundation, to build a strong, defensive position with this person. So rather than defending yourself against this, building with this. All right. So for some of you, this could just be, a person that you're creating a loving, healthy relationship with. It could also be talking about in a very traditional way as well. So for some of you, this may be a very traditional type relationships. So, that maybe is where the potential is scaring you a little bit, because, if you are somebody who is looking for a more traditional relationship, this one has the potential to lead to that traditional relationship outcome for you, the success. So, in a traditional relationship, you would sort of see, marriage and then kids and then the house, that could actually be signs of success, a successful relationship in a traditional sense. So those kinds of things are, luck is surrounding you when it comes to that. I do feel that for majority of you, it's just giving you the opportunity to build strong foundations with someone or something. Okay, so whatever this, new opportunity is, it's most likely got a lot to do with a healthy, loving relationship. Like that is the main message here coming through. But it's telling you, take a chance. Come down out of your tower, Rapunzel, and take a chance on unlocking this opportunity for yourself and moving towards it. All right. Cancer. What's going on for Cancer with love and romance? Love and romance for Cancer. Adventure. There's that child energy coming through again. We have the card of adventure. Embark on adventures together. Discover the joy of the unknown. So supporting that main message. Jump on in. Go on this adventure. It's well worth the journey. All right. It's a good adventure to start on. Make sure you jump in head first. Or feet first, head first. just jump on in, all right? That's what we've got for you today, Cancer. You are more than welcome to check your other placements. I would really appreciate some comments, as well as subscribing, of course. But comments this week. Let me know what signs you're watching. Let me know if you prefer this layout or the individual layout. Just YouTube's been a bit random with the algorithm lately, so I would really, really appreciate that if you could leave a comment as well. Okay, so moving on over to our Leos. Okay, Leo, what's going on for Leo? What does Leo need to know right now? I honor my self-worth by asking for what I want. Not hiding from the truth of what you truly want anymore, Leo. You honor your self-worth by being honest about what you truly want. This could be a lot of different things for each and every one of you. But it's all about, honoring yourself and honoring your, look, I deserve this chance. It may not even if it doesn't happen, I deserve a chance. I deserve to ask for that. Some of you, communication is important here as well. But for others of you, it's just, being honest with yourself about what you truly want here. Do you want this, do you want a love thing? Do you want a new car? Do you want, some sort of security in your life? Do you want, a new job? What is it that you want, Leo? Honor your self-worth by actually being honest about that and asking for it, whether you're asking the universe or whether you're asking the boss for a raise or whether you're asking that person out on a date. Ask. Okay, Leo, what's going on for Leo this week? What does Leo need to know right now? And Leo, a lot of you have done a lot of work, when it comes to your self-worth. So is this not the final step to honor that self-worth and prove to yourself that you do, you have done some good work for yourself here, and that, I deserve to, and do you know what? I feel like for some of you, it's like, do you know what? I don't even care the result here if I actually get what I want. Just the step of asking for it is a good step for me. Okay, hang on. I'll come back to. I'll clarify further as we go. The first card we have is the Whip. All right, so there's that self-conflict kind of stuff where, I don't know if I deserve this. Being fighting yourself for what you truly want. Some of you, it's been a bit of a struggle to even be honest with yourself about what you truly want in your life here. It does talk about trouble and tension. I do feel as though we are seeing that kind of easing a little bit for a lot of you, though. But because the next card we have is the Cross. So the Cross does hold a bit of that tension as responsibility. All right, it holds that as a burden that you've been carrying around on your shoulders, right? So you feel the weight of all this tension, all this conflict on your shoulders here. You have felt as though for a long time, I feel, Leo, that this is your responsibility to shoulder this weight. Whereas, now your self-worth is kind of like, well, do you know what? I want that to be eased. I want that to be lifted. I don't want all that stuff to be my responsibility anymore, because do you know what? I don't think it is. So for some of you, this is actually about, speaking up for what you want in the sense of help out somebody, whoever it is, help me out, asking for help to carry this load that you've been carrying, whether it be, drama in your life in some way, shape or form, self-conflict, self-punishment that you've been, treating yourself badly, asking for help. I honor my self-worth by asking for what I want and what I need as well. All right, which is, for some of you, this is about finding somebody to help shoulder the responsibility, to help shoulder the burden, so of whatever that burden is or has been for you. Because I do feel just, intuitively, a lot of you, these burdens are lifting, these responsibilities are lifting. So for some of you, it is just talking about, asking somebody that you live with to, help out more. Why is this my responsibility to pick up everything and do all the dishes and do all the cleaning? Help out more. You live here too. So for some of you, it's as simple as that. And just actually asking for what you want, not just expecting them to do it. So like all those, they haven't done their dishes all week, and it's really upsetting me. Why is this my responsibility to do their dishes all the time? Well, it's not, but you still need to actually ask for what you want. I want you to take the responsibility of your own dishes on. Stop leaving them there for a week because that I'll just come along and do them because it annoys me. Pick up after yourself. I want you to start doing your own dishes within a day. Fine if you leave them there for an hour or two. No one wants to get up after a nice meal and then have to just straight away do dishes. But come on, that's your responsibility. Stop shirking it. So it's not my responsibility to do, clean up after you. Even if this is children, Leo, at some point they've got to learn how to look after themselves. Do you really want to send them out into the world all by themselves, not knowing how to do those things and have those own have responsibilities? The world will give you responsibilities whether you like it or not. They need to learn how to shoulder those. I know as a mother myself, we can get a little bit overprotective and we're just so used to picking up after them all by ourselves. But do you know what? You're actually stealing some independence from that person. Not going to lie. I'm a Leo rising, so I need to listen to this a little bit as well. And my 8-year-old, he probably does need some more responsibilities around the house. So maybe I do need to ask him to help out a little bit more in that sort of stuff. So that's the example that I'm sort of using coming through there, but could be a lot of different things here for a lot of you. But with that cross here, have faith. Have faith. Like, you may have to ask them a million times, but eventually have a bit more faith in this person. Trust that that things will work out the way that they're supposed to, and trust that you're setting them up. In that example of this is asking kids to clean up their dishes. Trust that you're setting them up for a much better, easier life when they do go out on their own into the world. There's a reason. It's you're not just being hard on them and making them do the dishes. No, you're teaching them to look after their own self and to be independent and to, something I think about a lot with me having a son. Do I want to send him out into the world being one of those men that I've met in the past where I've ended up having to be their own mother? Or do I want to set my son up with the best opportunity to be a good partner in the future for somebody by knowing how to take care of himself and knowing how to take care of a family and knowing how to take care of, washing a couple of dishes? Yeah. Okay, so maybe think about it that way as well, Leo. But ultimately, this is, self-worth for you to actually stand up for yourself and ask for what you do want in this world, whether it be something as small as getting those dishes looked after or something much larger scale, asking for what I want. I want, I'm going to ask the universe, send me a new car. I need help with a new car. How do I, maybe I need some luck to be able to, make sure I can actually find the determination to put aside X amount of money for a car. Maybe I need to just have good luck and be able to find the right car for myself this week. Not gonna lie, I've just gotten a car and I'm getting rid of another car, so I'll be asking for what I want with that situation as well. I won't be standing down on that, but we do see communication here. So definitely the need to communicate very clearly what you do want here. I just want to clarify the whip and the cross. Do you want to give us any specific indication on what that exactly is? What is it that Leo wants here? Yeah, once again, We have the mice. It's just telling me taking some of the responsibility off my shoulders is what I'm getting clearly there. Is some of the responsibility taken off my own shoulders. Seems to be the thing that you're wanting here, Leo. So don't be afraid to ask for it. Communicate clearly. Be open and honest about what you want, here and what you need taken off your shoulders. Whether it be worry about a new car, whether it be those dishes, whether it be, something more relationship wise where, I want you to do XYZ. I want you to show me this behavior, less or more, or whatever it is for you personally here, Leo. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Even though we really wish sometimes people would pick up on those, those little subtle clues, some people just do not get it. Some people just don't think the same way that you do. Certain things may not be as important to that person. Different people have different love languages. They may not know that you want that. Even if you've been trying to hint at it, they might not realize. All right? Some people are just dumb. Not going to... I shouldn't say that. You need to be very open and honest about what it is that you want. They're not a mind reader, Leo. Love and relationships. Love and romance. Love and romance for Leo. Metamorphosis. Every transformation in a relationship heralds a rebirth. So for some of you, this is, transforming this relationship by standing up for yourself and saying what you want, being open and honest about what I actually want here. It's a sort of like a rebirth for this relationship. It enables this relationship to move to another level where we actually do understand each other's wants and needs a little bit more. All right. Others of you, we are seeing a transformation in your love life in general, especially for those of you who are single. I am picking up that there is a metamorphosis coming. All right. You've been sleeping on it. You've been cocooned up. Single Leos, you've been in the cocoon. All right. We're about to emerge from our cocoon, and there might be a new spark coming in soon. All right. We have the spark on the bottom, igniting the spark of love, keeping passion alive in the everyday. So for some of you, there is a brand new spark coming in when it comes to love. So that transformation is about to happen for single Leos. Keep an eye out. I don't feel like it'll be this week. It'll be soon, though, very soon. Time will tell. We'll have a look at, at the end of the week, we'll probably do a love reading in now. So keep an eye out for that one, Leo. But make sure you do subscribe to the channel as well. I would really appreciate if you could leave a comment this week. Let me know which star signs you're watching for. Let me know if you prefer the all signs weekly reading layout like this, or if you prefer those individual ones. The YouTube algorithm has been a bit dodgy lately, so I would really appreciate some comments just to, keep it on track, pull YouTube into line for us. I would appreciate that, but that's what we have for you. More than welcome to check those other placements as well. But moving on over to our Virgos. Okay, Virgo, what's going on for our Virgos? What does Virgo need to know right now? What does Virgo need to know right now? I can expand time when I'm inspired. That's a very interesting card. Every time I see that one, it's obviously we do see the idea of inspiration coming through for you this week, Virgo. So I do feel as though for some of you, there is going to be some sort of inspiration hitting this week for you. But it's also playing around with time, finding the time. I feel like for some of you, this is what the expanding time when I'm inspired is, if I'm inspired to do something, if I really want to do something, I'll find the time to make sure I can do it. if I don't really care, I'll just be, oh, I don't need to shuffle that work day around. I'll be fine, whatever. I'll just get on with it. I'll just miss out on that. I'm not too bothered. But if you really want something, you make it happen. If you want something, you will make it happen. All right. So it's fiddling around with time a little bit this week, Virgo. So for some of you, there may be some rescheduling that you're doing this week, but you're needing, if you know you really need to do something, find something about that something that inspires you to get it done. All right. So using inspiration, using the inspiration to spark you into actually following through and making sure you get it done for yourself this week, Virgo. You will make the time. And I'm also getting that message here too, Virgo, that I've been seeing it on social media a lot lately. Like, if he wanted to, he would. It's the same sort of thing, right? Because the if he wanted to, he would. We see it a lot in social media in regard to, obviously it's talking to, women dating men. If he wanted to call me, he would find the time to call me. If he was interested in connecting with me and having a relationship with me, he would put in the effort to do so. And so that's kind of what's coming through here for you this week, Virgo, is that I can, if I want to, I will. So it's kind of like you're the he in this scenario this week, Virgo. If he wanted to, he would. So if you want it, you will. You'll make the time if you really, are inspired to actually have that in your life or do that thing. You will make the time. And you know it. You already know it, Virgo. Clarifying this message for Virgos. Virgo, what does Virgo need to know this week? Weekly messages for our Virgos. Okay, so just clarify this first card for Virgo, please. Just clarify that first card. That didn't really clarify it. It did, but it didn't. I might need another clarification as we go. The first card we have is the Crossroads card. Okay, so we see you at the crossroads here, Virgo. Should I do this? Should I not? Should I do this? Should I make this choice? Should I go for it? Should I follow this path? Am I inspired to follow this path? I do feel for some of you, that was clarified by the house. So the house does talk about stability and security. So for some of you, the inspiration in this choice, this decision you're making about which way to go here is it's coming from stability. Like the inspiration is coming from what makes me feel stable, secure, or hang on, vice versa. The stability and the security is the inspiration that, I'm making this choice because that makes me feel more secure to follow this path. That's the more stable path for me. The best decision is the one that is the most secure decision, the most stable decision. So if you're faced with a path this week, the inspiration seems to be the inspiration is what is the most stable, what is the most, seeing these other cards too, logical, rational decision to make here. You know, we do have the book followed by the masculine. So they're both very well educated, very, very logical, like book smart type energy, very logical, rational. What's the most well thought out path? You know, we see the book here, the most well educated path. Like, I might need to do my research here to really, you know, find which path is the most stable and secure path long term. But you know what? I'm going to find the time to research this properly and think it through properly, so that I can make the most informed decision, the most logical decision, the most rational decision, the most well-educated decision, the most stable and secure decision for myself here. So you may need to research this a little bit more and make sure you are knowledgeable on the choice that you're making this week. And that provides the inspiration, because you will then sort of, it's kind of like finding the knowledge and you know, being very logical and rational about this decision. It's kind of seeing what lays down each pathway here. So if you come to a T intersection and it's like, I can't see around the corner of either of those. I don't know where they lead. But do you know what? I'm going to do my research and I'm going to actually stop and I'm going to read the sign. And the sign says this way to a waterfall and this way to a dead end. What would be the most logical, rational choice? I'm going to go to the waterfall because I know that there's something I want to see down that path. That's the most safe and secure path because I know it's going to take me to a waterfall. The other one, that's a dead end. I'm it's not going to take me anywhere interesting, so I'm not going to go that way. If that kind of makes sense here. So do your research. Stop and do your research. Stop and think about it. Be logical, rational. Use a very I'm hearing for somebody, check the guidebook. I don't know what that is, but your inspiration is somehow based in the stability, the security. For some of you, it may be, the knowledge of what's best for your family, the logical knowledge of what's best for your family as well. And then you will find the time to make the right choice for yourself, as long as you make a logical, rational, well-educated choice here. All right. So that could, the choice itself could be in a lot of different areas of your life. So I'll take it as it resonates, guys. But Virgo, what's going on for Virgo this week with love and romance? Well, gratitude. Be grateful for every shared moment. Celebrate the miracle of your meeting. I'm hearing fated meeting, that, if this hadn't have happened, then I never would have met this person. If that hadn't have happened, I might not have been at that place at that time. I might have still been in that past relationship. Showing some gratitude for where you are and where you were when you first met this person. Even if you are single, show gratitude for, the people that you do have in your life, and that you've got a good support system, friends, family, whatever, co-workers even around you. Be grateful for the shared moments and the miracle of meeting those people in your life that, mean the world to you, kind of thing. Gratitude is going to really be a good energy for you to be in when it comes to love and romance this week. Okay, you're more than welcome to check your other placements as well, Virgo. Please subscribe to the channel. I am asking everyone this week to please leave a comment on the video. Let me know which placements and signs you're watching. Let me know if you prefer the all signs format or if you prefer the individual format. I really appreciate the comments this week, guys, because YouTube's algorithms have been a little bit off lately. So if we can reset it and use it, that would be fantastic. So I would really appreciate that. Okay, but that's what we have for you, and we'll move on over to Libra. Okay, Libra, what is going on for our Libra? What does Libra need to know this week? My happiness is a direct reflection of how quickly I can shift my perceptions from fear to love. My happiness is a direct reflection of how quickly I can shift my perceptions from fear to love. So something in there, Libra, about the way that you're looking at things, obviously with that perception coming through, that rather than allowing, fear, because something I say quite often is there's no such thing as good versus evil. It's fear versus love. Okay, so when those negative emotions arise, finding the love, finding the positive, and then that allows us to find the happiness. And it's not feeling those negative things in the first place. It's being able to shift your view from the negative back to the positive stuff. But we'll see what comes through here, and if we're going to give us any more information for you. Libra. What's going on for Libra? What does Libra need to know right now? I'm getting a similar message to what we saw for Virgo. So if you are on the cusp, you may want to check the Virgo as well. But I do see the first card we have is the mice. All right, so straight away we are seeing the stress, the feelings of fear. Stressed about losing things, stressed about having things taken away from you, stress about the past. For some of you here as well. The next card we have is the masculine, which is quite interesting. So some of you, this is directly a fear about losing a specific person from your life. Or having something taken from you. It may not be a specific person for some of you. It may be more about the masculine energies. So, with the masculine energies, we do see your headspace, your logic, your thoughts, rather than emotions. Just clarify the masculine energy for Libra. So for some of you, it definitely is fear about losing a person from your life. Because I do have that clarified by the heart and then the whip. So for some of you, this is a partner. For some of you, this is maybe a father figure. For some of you, this is maybe just an important male figure in your life. I don't normally read the masculine as male, but it is coming through that as an actual person. They're very, very, majority of the time they're going to be an actual male, somebody important to you, close to you. Because, we do see the heart there as well. So this is somebody that you do have a strong, loving relationship with, that you love this person. There may be a romantic thing for some of you as well. But with the whip there as well, we see conflict, we see trouble, we see tension, we see possibly fighting with this person. So for some of you, you are having a fight with somebody this week, like an argument with somebody this week. And it's making you it's kind of like you're jumping to the conclusion that you will lose their love because of this argument or conflict between yourself and this person. And that seems to be the fear, that you're going to lose this person altogether, that they're going to be taken from you because of this argument, because we're in conflict about the love for some of you here. We also have the birds coming through here. So we do see, you know, a background of worry. Like, we do see you in a worry mindset, a fearful mindset here. So we are being reminded once again to, you know, not focus on the fear, not focus on the stress and the things that we're scared of. You know, not focus on what happens if I lose this person because we're having an argument. To focus more so on the love and how much this person means to me, and you know what, I'm willing to sit down and have those hard conversations in order to work through this. I'm willing to compromise in order to work through this. Focusing on the love. Like, if you truly love this person, it's well worth putting in the effort to compromise, or to talk it out, or you know, both of you get onto the same page, sort of thing. I do feel for a lot of you, what's actually, whatever's going on here, this argument, there is a strong sense of perceptions coming through here as well. So it's just not being able to see it from each other's point of view. Seems to be a big part of the argument, is that you're seeing things from your point of view, which is not going to lie, based in fear at the moment, based on an emotional pull of fear, whereas we're not focusing on the love. And their point of view seems to be very different to, you know, their perception of things when it comes to this actual argument. They're perceiving things through a very logical mindset, very rational reality mindset, whereas, you know, so they're coming from up here, whereas, and you're coming from down here. You're coming from your heart space, your emotions. They're coming from their head space, their thoughts and rationality, and, you know, what they think is logic. I'm not saying either of you are right or wrong, because I don't think either of you are actually right or wrong. You're just seeing things differently. There's no right or wrong here, I don't think. I don't think there is a right or wrong. I think that's why we just need to shift perceptions, so that we're both remembering the love, rather than getting caught up in, you know, because it does feel like we're getting caught up in reality a little bit too much. Like, when I say reality, you know, the mundane, boring, day-to-day life responsibilities, you know, like, so for example, if this is an argument about money, we're getting so caught up on money. We need money. We have to have money, that we're forgetting, you know, is love more important to you than money in this connection? Of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. Sorry, I just wanted to just check on myself on that one, because, you know, I'm making a statement like that may not resonate for everybody. But it does feel like, yeah, when you stop and think about it, you're like, of course, the love of this connection is more important to me than money. I would happily lose that money if it means this connection stays strong. Why is that not being talked about? Why are we not talking about that? We need to have those conversations, even if they're hard. We need to talk it out. We need to compromise a little bit here as well, Libra. I just want to check the outcome for you on this. Outcome for Libra with this situation this week, please. Compromise. Okay, we have the Garden there. This is my date card. You might actually arrange to have a meeting with this person, as in a date, or you know, meet halfway in some way, shape, or form. This is a meeting card. Meeting of the minds, talking it out, hashing it out, meeting halfway, meeting each other halfway, seeing each other's perspectives. All right, so it's that's the outcome, is compromise. I kind of feel for a lot of you there. Libra, love and romance for Libra. Love and romance for our Libra. Gratitude. I think Virgo had this one as well, to be honest. Was it Virgo? Be grateful for every shared moment. Celebrate the miracle of your meeting. So yeah, celebrating the love rather than whatever this is going on in the reality, the material surface level thing. The love is more important. Be grateful for the love and focus on the gratitude and the love. Every shared moment, the miracle of your meeting. And here's the miracle of your meeting once again, that, we've met halfway before, we can meet halfway again. All right, we've something brought us together in the first place, so allow it to bring us together again. All right, so that's what we have for you today, Libra. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate any comments this week as well, so please leave a comment. Let me know, if you like this particular layout, if you prefer the individual weekly readings. Our algorithms on YouTube have been a little bit all over the place lately, so all the comments are really, really helpful. So I would really appreciate that. Even if you just just make a note of your star sign in the comments. I would really appreciate that. Okay, but we will move on over to our Scorpios. Okay, Scorpio, what's going on for our Scorpios this week? What does Scorpio need to know right now? I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. Releasing the need to be right. And it says I am defenseless and at peace. So, you know what? I can actually take personal responsibility. I can take personal responsibility this week and just be at peace with that decision to, I have no defense. I have no excuse for it. I have no, I don't need to have an excuse. I release my need to be right. I don't need to be right just for the sake of being right. And you know what? Sometimes I feel for you, Scorpio, this week as well. It's for some of you, it's going to be a case of, I know that I'm right, but I don't need to be right. This person that I'm speaking with, they need to be right. They might need the win more than I do right now. So do you know what? Take it. You can be right. That's fine. You can be right. Okay, cool. I'll take responsibility. I agree to disagree. Cool. No drama. I feel like that's what's happening for some of you here is where even if you know you're right, you're stepping back and going, okay, all good. If I'm not right, I'm not right. That's okay too. I'll cop it. If I'm not right, that's fine. I don't care. I feel like for some of you, you're just allowing somebody else to, because it's easier to just step back and be like, okay, chill. You can be right. That's fine. If you're right, you're right. Awesome. If I'm right, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The drama, it's not worth the drama to me right now. You can be right. I don't care. Even if I know I'm right. Even if I know 1,000% I'm right. And I'm kind of too, I am picking up here. For those of you where that is the case and you're stepping back this week going, cool. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Cool. No problem. I'll step back. No problem. Whatever. I'll take it. I'll take responsibility. It's fine. I might be wrong. I don't know. Even if you know you're right. Karma. You are going to get a front row seat to that person seeing why they should have listened to you in the first place. You will be proven right. You will have a front row seat to that. But, this person needed to be right so much. Let them. Karma is going to sort it out one way or another. And you just get to sit back and just watch and be like, Okay, cool. Scorpio. What's going on for Scorpio this week? Weekly messages for Scorpio. Like, peace is worth more than being right. Yeah? Like, the book just flew out too. It's like, you knew it. You already knew it anyway. Like, you because it's kind of telling me too that if you don't release the need to be right, this person is going to be, oh, you're a know-it-all, Scorpio. You know everything, do you, Scorpio? If you go out of your way to try to prove that you're right, it's going to make things worse. Allow this person to find out, F around and find out. They will learn all by themselves. This is like an educational moment for you. You sit back and just watch them learn from their own mistake. All right, is what I'm kind of getting. What's going on for Scorpio this week, please? Interesting. I don't know, any of you, oh, hang on, that was during Libra. But I was talking about Libra and Scorpio were very blended in last week. The last All Signs reading, was it the last one? It must have been the last one. Libra and Scorpio, I was getting quite a lot of messages for both. And then during the Libra reading, I had a message come through from somebody that I thought was a Scorpio. And then while talking to that person, in the following days, we discovered that this person technically is actually a Libra. They're right on the cusp. So, but for some reason that's becoming, it's coming up again, that same person's energy here. Because this is a separate message to that I release my need to be right. Some of you may be dealing with a Capricorn. We have the Mountain coming through here. So that is the Capricorn card, yeah? But we also see with the Mountain does talk about there's a little bit of work necessary, a little bit of hard work, all right, to climb that mountain. The Mountain comes out as some sort of challenge or blockage that we're experiencing with relationships. I do feel like it's a specific relationship for a lot of you. We have the Ring there. I do feel like it's a specific relationship, potentially with a Capricorn for some of you, but there's some sort of blockage here. Maybe it's the Capricorn that wants to be right. Capricorns are pretty stubborn too. But there is some sort of blockage. If you do feel like there's some sort of blockage between yourself and this person, some sort of obstacle or challenge that needs to be overcome in order to either maintain or have this relationship. Do you know what the answer is, Scorpio? Conversation about it. Have a conversation about it. Communication. A conversation needs to be had here about this relationship, okay? About whatever the blockage is here, whatever the challenge is here. Just clarify the Mountain for Scorpio, please. Of course. We have the Bear. That is another card I strongly associate with Capricorn. Also Aries and Leo as well. Do you know what the blockage might be here, Scorpio? Is this person is just so independent and they might have some heavy boundaries up at the moment. So that might be the hard work that's needing to be done here, is to get across those boundaries that this person has. They're like a mama bear. If they start to feel threatened, they're going to roar or, swipe those little claws out. Defensive, a little bit defensive, which, if this is the same person's energy I'm picking up on, and then that would make that my energy. Not going to lie, it's probably true. I do have strong boundaries at the moment, and certain obstacles, blockages that would need to be overcome with a little bit of perseverance and hard work and determination. Interesting. And you know what? Even if that's the case, if that's that same person and you're watching, communication, conversation needs to be had. That's what it is. Communication is very important, especially with the bear energy. If this bear has such strong boundaries and they're such a strong, independent person all by their own, this Capricorn, this mountain of a person here, very strong-willed person. So it's not going to be a relationship, love relationship for all of you, okay? This is, I am using my personal example there as the example, but it may not be like a romantic thing. It may be like a work relationship for some of you, like a co-worker type thing. They're very strong-willed, all right, and very independent, and they do have some very strong boundaries. So, in order to put in a bit of extra work with the work needed to make this a working, potentially positive relationship between yourself and this person, it all comes down to conversations needing to be had here, and being open and honest about what we both need and what our boundaries are, and especially what we both need. I feel like conversation does seem to be very important to this person. Communication, just about what we want here, about what our boundaries are here, and whatnot. Why is this worth all the hard work for Scorpio? Why is this worth the hard work for Scorpio? The lilies. The lilies, okay. The lilies stands for long-term energy, stands for being open and vulnerable, emotionally intimate. Okay, so and in the sense of a relationship, this is somebody that you will be able to be vulnerable and open and honest and emotionally intimate with, and this has the potential to be a long-term, lifelong connection. Once again, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a romantic thing, although the lilies probably is a little bit more on the romantic side. But it talks about kindness and morality and a relationship that is, a very kind, moral, supportive relationship. The bear itself is a very supportive character. If you get the bear on your side, that's a mama bear. They'll protect you with their whole world. Forever. With the lilies. Anyway, check your other placements if you like. We'll have a look at, we'll get you a love and romance card as well, Scorpio. Scorpio, what does Scorpio need to know right now in regard to love and romance? I'm not saying anything. Lock. Put them on lockdown. Lock it down. Lock your commitment away from the world's interference. So it's putting it on lockdown, like shutting yourselves behind locked doors and really, really having those conversations. And I keep hearing the phrase, put them on lock, like, so for those of you where this is a brand new thing, maybe you do need to, lock it down, Scorpio, lock it down. And that's it. I don't want anyone else to be able to interfere in this connection. I want to lock it down. I'm locking down commitment with you. It does say lock your commitment away from the world's interference. It could also be talking about, lock down the commitment. So make it official for some of you. All right. So lock it down, Scorpio. Strong connection there. Ooh, and on the bottom of the deck, we have the unconditional love card. Give unconditional love without the expectation of return. But, we see that it will most likely be returned for you here, Scorpio. And, stop defending from this. It seems to be, if you're the one on the defense there, because flip it as necessary, you may very well be the one being a little bit defensive and having strong boundaries as well. So get off the defensive wall path and lock it down. Have the conversations. All right. So that's what we have for you today, Scorpio. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, but I would really appreciate it if everyone could leave a comment this week. Let me know your star sign. Let me know if you like the layout of the weekly readings as an all signs, or do you prefer the individual ones? Like I said in the intro, just so much going on in my personal life this week. It's just too hard for me to, upload individually. But also, YouTube's algorithms. So help me sort YouTube algorithms out a little bit better, and leave a comment. I would really appreciate that. All right, so we will stop and move on to Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. Hopefully I'm done with all my sneezing. I've been having a sneezing attack, not going to lie. Sagittarius, what's going on for our Sagittarians? What do they need to know right now? Weekly message for Sagittarius. My kindness is a gift that I bestow upon the world. All right, so not forgetting to be kind this week, Sagittarius. Something just coming through about, remembering that your kindness is a gift, all right, that you can choose to be kind and you can choose to give that to somebody. You don't have to, of course not. Free will exists. But this week, I feel like the kindness that you extend to others this week, it seems to have a like a butterfly effect this week, that you may not realize that the small kindness that you show somebody this week may actually be life altering for that person. And you may actually, I am getting that you will receive that kindness in turn in some way, shape or form as well. So, if you, and especially too, I am picking up here too, that if you're faced this week with dealing with a hard situation where your instinct is to react and to, throttle somebody, that overcoming that sensation of, wanting to react this week and choosing to bestow kindness instead is actually going to work really well in your favor. All right. So I will actually, it's bringing to mind something that's just happened a couple of hours ago, actually. One of my neighbors, well known for, every however so often will, get drunk and start yelling and screaming and throwing doors shut and things like that. You can even go back to, I believe it was in the Gemini reading. I'm pretty sure you could actually hear her in the background of that portion of the reading. And do you know what? I went, in the past, we've seen people yell at her to be quiet and to stop, and a lot of the time we just try to ignore it and whatnot, because yes, I can tell you every single detail of what she's upset about because I can hear her yelling quite often. I can hear, and it's always the same stuff. So, but like today, I was like, do you know what? My instinct, like my reaction was like I wanted to react and just scream to be quiet because you're annoying me. I actually went over to her house and knocked on the door, and the first thing I said to her was, "Do you need help? Like, are you okay? Do you need help?" And I don't think anyone's ever approached her like that, to be honest. I chose to react in a different way today, even though I really wanted to, but I kind of, there was just a part of me that knew that situations just escalate. Trying to, be more mature, and I didn't really feel like going to jail today, so I tried a different tact. And do you know what? It mostly worked. She has at least started to lower the volume and be more considerate of the other people around her. She's still over there ranting and raving and yelling, but not at the same volume as what she was earlier. So it works. It works. So I'm actually like so glad that I tried to be kind about it the way I approached it today, rather than just getting upset and reacting. Probably means nothing to you, Sagittarius, but for some reason that example was coming through, so I just thought I'd share. Sagittarius. So, like, I suppose, my kindness is a gift I bestowed upon the world, because it's not just me that benefits, it's all the other neighbours that have now benefited from the volume lowering. And hopefully in some way I maybe helped her think about the way that she's coming across as well. But, and if nothing else, I reminded her that she maybe needs to, instead of ranting and raving, call her therapist, because, especially when you're dealing with mental issues, it can be hard to remind yourself of that sometimes, that there is people that will listen and help you. Sagittarius, what does Sagittarius need to know right now? What's going on for Sagittarius this week? Ooh, so yeah. And I want to say too, Sagittarius, the kindness that you're offering this week, offering it to yourself as well. We have the heart coming through first. It's a pretty straightforward message, to be honest. We also have the ship, followed by the tree. Okay, so your heart space is undergoing the start of a journey. It's the start of a new journey for you here, where you grow older and wiser. You start taking care of yourself in a much better way. You start to heal. Maturity. You're getting, maturing, growing and healing. Lovely energy there. Doesn't matter how old you are. We still have a lot of growth to do at any age. Yeah, but it seems to be to do with your love and the way that you share your love with the world, the way that you share your love and honor love in, all the relationships of your life, friends, family, co-workers, random strangers in the street, knowing that you have all this love within you to give. So start giving it. Be kind. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you anything to be kind. It doesn't hurt. If anything, it actually helps to be kind and to share kindness. And understanding this allows you this extra freedom within your own self, and allows you to start, being more kind to yourself. We do see the ship there. All right. And so, for some of you, this is just talking about just a more, journey within oneself towards growth in a very loving kind of a way. But for others of you, we may actually see love taking you traveling, love journeying you towards the trees. For some of you here, I'm picking up things like going camping to somewhere with, like a forest or trees, or going camping under a tree. I'm getting that in a very, making a bit of it like traveling to make a tree change kind of thing, where, if you're someone like me who lives very close to the coast, you may be traveling to a foresty type area, somewhere where there's lots of trees. Some of you may actually be traveling specifically to like a national park, or to a specific type of tree. I am getting that for some of you, the area that you're going, it's got something to do with, there is a strong link with trees. So whether it's somewhere that's got, a lot of forest, or that's a specific area that area has a specific tree that is not, found in other areas, or not from your local area, making a tree change for some of you. But it's kind of like, majority of you, this is that journey within oneself, journeying, closing the distance between the love that you want and the love that you have to give, closing the distance, closing the gap there, and it's part of your health, your expansion, Oh, now that I said that too, there's one of you. This is not everyone. This is just one person. Your heart issue. This is for one person who already has a heart issue that is known to them. The heart issue, traveling a little bit further is going to work out for your health. Okay, so you may need to see a specialist that's like a little bit further than where you currently are. So like in the next city over, the next town over, you may have to travel a little bit to some sort of appointment regarding your heart. But it heals. We have health, healing, growth. It traveling afar. For some of you, you may even be traveling like a much further distance here to see a certain specialist or something like that. It leads to healing with that heart issue. Okay, it leads to good health. All right. So for that one person, it pays to maybe look a little bit further than you currently are looking for a good doctor to help with that, or whatever. So maybe expand the radius a little bit, or not be afraid to have to travel in order to get some answers with that heart issue. All right. Sagittarius, love and romance. What does Sagittarius need to know this week in regard to love and romance, please? Memory. So for some of you, that's where the tree is. Somewhere strong in your memories. You have a strong memory under this tree or with that area. Treasure every shared memory, shining like jewels. So, your heart will guide you on the journey. There's obviously, for some of you, there is a very treasured memory, maybe very much connected with a tree. So it's maybe like the tree where you got married, or the tree where you first met, or something along those lines. You went on a date and had a picnic under a tree or something like that. So it does seem to be a very love-based tree connection there with your memory. So for those of you, that may be significant as well. All right, so that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check other placements, but sorry, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it if we leave a comment as well, not only to fix up YouTube's algorithms, but also, let me know what star signs you're watching. Let me know if you did prefer the all signs format for the weekly readings, or if you prefer the individual style. All right, but we will move on over to our Capricorns. Okay. Okay, Capricorn, coming in just under 2 hours there. We move on to Capricorn and see what you need to know this week. Weekly messages for our Capricorns. I am in sync with the flow of life. Going with the flow, trusting that you are, you're already in sync. You're not waiting. You don't need to wait. You don't need to rush. You're not rushing. You're in exact flow. You're exactly where you need to be for exactly what you need, Capricorn. Don't rush. Don't wait. Don't stress so much about the flow of things. Things will happen when they're supposed to happen. All right, Capricorn. I'm getting it will happen when it happens. There's no point worrying about it. Worrying about it is not going to make it happen any faster. Worrying about it is not going to stop it from happening. Worry about it when it's time to worry about it. Worry about it when there's something to worry about. All right? Some of you are worrying about things that haven't even happened yet. Just go with the flow a little bit more, Capricorn. Capricorn, weekly message for our Capricorn. Because you're already perfectly in sync, Capricorn. You don't need to, there's nowhere that you need to rush off to. There's nowhere that you need to slow down to. You are already in sync. All right? So even if you feel like you're out of sync right now, that is actually in sync right now. Capricorn. And for someone here, there is a message about NSYNC. The band, the boy band, NSYNC. I don't know I don't know what the message is, but it's just saying NSYNC, NSYNC, NSYNC. Capricorn, weekly messages for I nearly just said weekly messages for NSYNC. What? Weekly messages for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know right now, please? You are in perfect sync, Capricorn. You have been doing your work. We have the tree. Don't worry about what's happening tomorrow. Don't worry about what happened yesterday. Worry about what's happening right now and take care of right here, right now. What can you do right here, right now? Worry about that. What can you do to stop and take care of yourself? That's the flow. The flow. You've been healing. You've been growing. You've been maturing. You have wisdom. You have growth. You have healing. You are perfect, just as imperfect as you are, Capricorn. With the tree here, I am also getting, family might be important to you right now. Ancestors, something about ancestors. Something about bending and not breaking, okay? The tree just goes with the flow. It goes with the breeze. It doesn't go against the breeze. The tree just flows with it. I am a tree, Capricorn. Not going to lie, I kind of want to be a tree in my next life because, look at all the patience a tree has to grow from this tiny sapling to, hundreds of year old tree. Time flows different for trees. Be a tree this week, Capricorn. Remember that you are just a tree going with the flow, the ebb and the flow of life. To a tree, do you think a tree worries about what happened yesterday or worries about what's going to happen tomorrow? The tree has 500 million tomorrows to worry about, 500 million yesterdays to worry about. Do you think it's worried about them? No, it's worried about just going with the breeze, going with the breeze right here, right now. It's worried about the little birdie that's sheltered in its leaves, finding shelter. It's worried about, the sun came up. I get my sun. I got some rain, going with the flow. I know that the sun will rise again tomorrow. I know that the rain will come again to water me. I know that I can shelter all these birds and squirrels and creatures in my branches. I know that I can provide shade for animals and humans that want to just have a little picnic. And, you know I am. I'm happy just here being what I am right now. Whether I'm that tree, receiving sunlight, whether I'm that tree, in the middle of winter, curled up with no leaves, I'm exactly perfect as I am right now. I'm going with the flow of life, of the seasons, of the changes around me. The growth you've done and the learning about yourself you've done, the self-healing that you've gone through, the growth that you've gone through, Capricorn. We have the lilies. It's here to stay, all right? Don't fear that it's not. You've done so much work about yourself and you've healed so much that it's here to stay. It's long term. You're not losing wisdom. You've become wise and you are now long term. This is yours. This is you. Going with the flow. We have being emotionally intimate with oneself coming through there as well. In order to, have any personal epiphanies come through that may need to come through for you here. Going with the flow of allowing them to just come by being intimate with oneself. You've already done a lot of healing. You know that you're invested in your own healing and growth. So being emotionally vulnerable with yourself will allow those personal epiphanies to continue, will allow things to, come to light when they're supposed to come to light, will allow you to be happy long term. We're seeing long-term happiness here. We're seeing emotional happiness. We're seeing intimacy happiness. So I feel like for a lot of you, you are expanding out into, I am picking up something here with the intimacy card there, that the more open and vulnerable and intimate you're being with others around you, the more that's going to keep leading you to happiness, Capricorn. For some of you, we've got Virgo and Leo both there as well. So there may be, for some of you, a Virgo or a Leo. Clarify the lilies. What's the intimacy I'm picking up on the lilies for Capricorn, please? Just trust and have faith, Capricorn. We have the cross here. Spiritual intimacy with oneself, being, knowing that destiny has got you in the palm of its hands. I am in sync with the flow of life. I'm exactly on right where I need to be. I'm right where my destiny is taking me. Wherever destiny is calling me, I'm right there ready. I'm in the flow. I'm ready to go. Oh, I like that. In the flow and ready to go. I trust that a destiny has got me. A lot of spiritual wisdom here as well, Capricorn. A lot of intimacy with oneself on a spiritual level. Helps maintain the happiness, the optimism, the faith, belief in oneself. Oh, I love that for you, Capricorn. Well, for me too, because I'm a Capricorn. Capricorn, love and romance. What does Capricorn need to know this week in regard to love and romance, please? Love and romance for our Capricorns. Surprise! Oh, I want to clarify it. So bad. I'm so nosy. Surprise! Adorn the everyday with surprises. Keep the freshness alive. So is this you surprising yourself every day with your ability to keep on growing, keep on believing? Don't stop believing. But surprise, I do feel like there's like a legitimate surprise. Surprise, Capricorn. Love and romance, surprise. What is this? Clarify. Surprise for Capricorn. Love. We have heart there. Love. Look at the wing. It's got wings. This one's got wings. It's on its way, Capricorn. It's on its way. With such a message here of I'm in the sync of the flow of life. Hope, optimism, trusting, believing, trusting. It's not going to tell me any more than that, Capricorn. I can already tell. Destiny's got you in its sights and it doesn't want to give too much of the secrets away yet. But love is surprise, love, some loving energy. Even if you're already in a connection, surprise, loving energy, something unexpected within the love. Something, for those of you who are single, surprise, guess what? You thought you were single. Surprise. All right. Oh, I can't wait. Bring it on. I'm in sync with the flow of life. Bring it on. Bring it on. All right, that's what we've got for you, Capricorn. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, but why would you want to? But I would really appreciate it if everyone could leave a comment this week. Just help me sort of sort out YouTube's algorithms. That'd be great. But also, it's going to let me know if you're interested in the weekly readings as the all signs format, or if you prefer the individual weekly readings. Let me know what star sign you're watching, and I will, really, really appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already, and we will move on over to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, what's going on for Aquarius this week? What does Aquarius need to know right now? What does Aquarius need to know right now? My high vibe thoughts create health in my body, peace in my mind, and love in my heart. Thinking high vibe thoughts. So I'm just feeling a message here, Aquarius, about pulling yourself up this week, okay? So every time that you feel yourself and your thoughts dropping into low vibrational thoughts, emotional fear, frustration, hatred, the low vibrational stuff where you want to be petty. It's not a good week for pettiness, to be honest, okay? Because what I'm actually picking up here is, high vibe thoughts create health, peace, and love. If that's what high vibe thoughts are creating for you this week, what do low vibe thoughts create for you? Anti-health, anti-peace, anti-love. I am actually picking up very much on the health aspect here, Aquarius, that it's very, very important for you this week to keep those thoughts positive because of your health, okay? Because I'm just feeling that if you allow yourself to get stuck in the low vibrational energy this week, you are going to get sick. You may be already sick. You're going to get sicker or an actual health, like a longer term issue come from this. So please, please, please focus on positive energy in your thoughts this week. Getting those thoughts on the high vibe, the optimism, the hopeful energy, the love, and peace. Good health. I'm in good health. Positive affirmations for you this week. I am in good health. I have peace in my thoughts. I have love in my heart. Aquarius, what's going on for Aquarius this week, please? Oh, why are half my cards backwards? That's a bit random. Oh. Hang on, I'll just have to sort that out because it's like half the cards are one way and half the cards are the other. And there were cards that I haven't drawn today, so that's really weird. I will need some extra clarity here anyway, Aquarius. Clarify that first card for Aquarius, please. Why does that need to end, please, for Aquarius? Okay, and clarify that third card for Aquarius, please. Please clarify that third card for Aquarius. Okay, so the fox here coming through first. In the center card I have is the coffin. Okay, so this is actually, it's straight away, it's talking about an ending that brings around a new beginning. Something needs to end in order to begin something else in your life this week, Aquarius. So what we're seeing as the ending side of that is this fox energy. All right, the fox is being sneaky. The fox is being independent and I hate to call you out a little bit here, but it's like, it's being selfish a little bit here. It's being sneaky. It's being manipulative. It's being selfish. If you, take personal responsibility for any of the times when we have, only acted in our own self-interest lately, that needs to come to an end. We need to make sure that we're not taking just only ourselves into consideration here, Aquarius. Because we do have that clarified, and when I ask for the why, we have the crossroads and then the child. So we're needing to choose a new beginning. This is free will. We're needing to choose the new beginning. And in order to choose the new beginning, we need to end this fox, okay? Because the new beginning, it's a new adventure. It's a call to action. It's a choice or decision that you're making at the moment to specifically to start caring about somebody else a little bit more. To start not just worrying about putting yourself first and looking out for your own self. You're starting to choose to put other people ahead of your own self. It's kind of like the example it's giving me here, Aquarius, and you can always like flip this if necessary. If this is just a situation in your energy and you need to flip that, that's fine. But it's like very independent energy. You're so used to doing what you need to do to look after yourself. It's kind of giving me this it's giving me this story about somebody within a relationship who has been, we have to keep our finances separate. I'll look after my stuff and you look after your stuff. It's just not working. Acting as two independent people together is just not working. We're not stable enough. Like it's kind of like somebody in a relationship, for example, that is going out every night of the week and spending time with their friends. And it's something that they're like, but I want to spend time with my friends, so I'm going to spend time with my friends. I'm worried about what I need, and not worrying about this other person's needs, and taking that on board. It's going to, it needs to come to an end. You need to start caring a little bit here, Aquarius. Like it's kind of like a warning coming through here because, I did get that health warning come up, and I'm kind of reading this as a warning for you, Aquarius, that if you're only worried about your own self and be honest with yourself, are you being selfish in some kind of a way here? And it doesn't need to be an actual, love relationship. It could be a relationship with, a family member that, you're more concerned about getting what you want out of the situation, and you're forgetting that they have needs and wants as well, that, you're like, oh, but you're my mum, you have to do this, what about what your mum needs? It's kind of giving me these sorts of examples here. There's just something that needs to come to an end. You need to consciously choose a new way of doing things here. Starting this journey in a new way. You're consciously choosing a new path, a new beginning, a new adventure to be, you know, to bring in more playful energy, to bring in more positive, you know, hopeful energy with the child there. If you want this to grow and be big, you know, the child, it's only a child, yeah? If you want this to grow into a full-sized adult with this relationship, with this person, the selfishness needs to come to an end. The independence needs to come to an end. You need to actually stop acting just for you, start taking that person's needs on board a little bit more as well. We do see the new beginning here, the rebirth. If we want a rebirth here, if we want a transformation here, this is how we're needing to do it. We need to end the fox energy and we need to move into this feminine energy where we actually are, you know, concerned with emotion. We're nurturing other people's emotions. The feminine is a giving energy. It gives. It cares about other people's emotions. It doesn't care just about its own. The fox only cares about what I feel. This is what I feel. What I feel matters. Well, why does not what other people around you feel matter? I'm sorry if this is confronting Aquarius, but this is exactly how it's coming through. Okay, so this is what Spirit wants you to hear. This is what the universe wants me to say. So if this is, like I said, flip it if necessary. If this is not for you, this is not for you. You are more than welcome to check another placement. But if I'm triggering you right now, there's something for you in there. You're not getting triggered if it's not your message, all right? A message that is not for you will not trigger you. So if I'm triggering you right now, yes, I am very sorry that I'm triggering you and that it's confronting, but you need to hear it. We have the ring coming through with that lady, the feminine. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a feminine. It's just, you know, somebody who's got emotions. You're not taking their emotions on board. You need to have a new start, transform the way that you're, you know, nurturing somebody else's emotions around you. You do have a relationship with this person, but I am sort of getting warning. You will lose the relationship with this person if you do not change this now. We also have the rider. News on the way. News on the way. What decision do you make, Aquarius? What are we going to do? Are we going to get back up on that horse and we're going to try to transform this connection and make it a positive relationship where both of us are being nurtured emotionally? Or are we going to, you know, ride off into the sunset by ourselves without this relationship in our life anymore? Doesn't mean, like I said, it's not necessarily a romantic relationship. It could very possibly be, you know, a co-worker. It could be, you know, family member, all those sorts of things. But for those of you where this is a romantic relationship, we need to make this decision because of what's the hidden energy on the bottom of the deck. We have the stork, we have the ship, and we have the house. If we want this relationship to be stable, if we want to, you know, start a new journey within this relationship, pregnancy card. If we want a brand new journey to start and we want a stable home here, we want to create a family with this person, this needs to change. All right? We need to start caring, being a little bit more empathetic of this person's emotions as well as our own. It's not the Aquarius show. I'm sorry. It's, you know, there's 12 star signs. There's not just Aquarius. I'm sorry, Aquarius. I'm so sorry. I legitimately am sorry that I'm saying it this way, but this is how it's coming through. Okay, I don't hate the messenger, yeah? Or you can if you want, whatever. Leave me a comment and tell me you hate me. I don't really care. But I would actually really appreciate you leave a comment, even if it is a hateful one, because not only will YouTube automatically blank it out and delete it anyway, but if it is hateful, YouTube does do that, but their algorithms in other ways have been a bit dodgy lately, so I would really appreciate some comments. Let me know if you prefer the all signs readings, you know, or the individual ones, but we'll grab you a card specifically to do with love and romance. Love and romance for Aquarius. And I do sincerely apologize, Aquarius. Devotion. Devotion in love, a gift of the soul. Devotion is a gift of the soul. This person is devoted to you, so why are you allowing yourself to, you know, make a choice, stay devoted to it? You know, it's a gift that you can give this person. Get out of the low vibe thoughts where only I matter. move into high vibe thoughts where, you know, every single person, every creature on this earth is important, just as important as I am. Sorry. So sorry. If that's not for you, that's not for you, okay? Leave it for the people that need to hear it. There is somebody out there that does need to hear it. And once again, I am very sorry, but sometimes the truth is uncomfortable, all right? So that's what we have for you. Like I said, check other placements if you want to there, Aquarius. Okay. Please subscribe. Check other placements. Let me know in the comments, you know, if you hate me or not. I love you guys. I will move on over to our Pisces. Okay. Ooh. Pisces. Weekly message for our Pisces. What does Pisces need to know right now? I am willing to see the sameness with others. This opens my awareness to oneness. Do you know what? This is actually very, it's kind of going both ways here, Pisces. Okay, that I am willing to see my sameness. I am willing to understand that I am equal with every other person, every other being, every other creature on this earth. They are just as valuable to this world as I am. And do you know what? I am just as valuable to this world as every other person is. Why are you allowing yourself to think that other people are more valuable than you are, Pisces? I'm picking up a little bit of personal insecurity from you at the moment, Pisces. You know, your awareness to, you know, creating that awareness to oneness, it goes both ways. If you look around yourself and you see the best possible in any other person that you see on this earth. Oh, look at that person. They're so successful. They've got so much drive. They've got so much ambition. Oh, look at that person. They're such a happy person. They're always, you know, they're content to just go with the flow. And, you know, all these qualities that you're seeing in other people as amazing. Oh, I wish I could be like that. You could be. You have the same potential as every soul on this earth, Pisces. Why are you allowing yourself to tell yourself that you don't? Why are you telling yourself that you're not as worthy of love, of time, of respect as what these other people are? Because you're not. There is nobody in this world that deserves more respect than you. There is nobody in this world that deserves less respect than you. I know that as, you know, humans mess that up a lot and treat a lot of people disrespectfully and then demand respect. Just look, I suppose, just look at the way that a lot of people treat people in other countries to yours. Look at the way that the people are treated in those countries. Would you do that? Would you treat someone like that? Because I feel like it needs to be said the same way as well, that the total amount of disrespect and lack of morality that you see in other people, you have the potential to be like that too. You know, the people that you're placing as lower than you, the people that you're placing as higher than you have the potential to be just like that. Hearing a couple of songs coming through. I'm hearing 3 days, is it 3 days grace, just like you? And I'm also hearing Eminem's Just Like You. Those two songs do not go well together, guys. Just like me, is it? Yeah. Just like me. Don't hate on something that you have the potential to be. Why are you hating on something? Sorry. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm still a bit antsy about after Aquarius's reading. I feel like I'm rousing on you a little bit here, Pisces. And if I'm triggering you, I am sorry. But, you know, when you are triggered by things that people say, a lot of the time there is actually something in there for you. If it wasn't your message, you would not get triggered. it's going both ways, okay? Some of you are putting other people above you and saying that these people are more worthy of love, more worthy of life, more worthy of everything than I am. Why would you say that? Because they are not better than you at all, Pisces. But then we're also getting the other way around where you are doing that to others, treating others as lower than you. Why are you doing that, Pisces? You potentially could be just like that, just as bad, just as low morals, just as mentally unstable, where you don't know what you're doing with your life, whatever it is. Because I'm picking up, like, you're seeing somebody who's like, you're judging somebody and you're like, oh, they're just this and that and this and that. Who are you to judge the way that somebody else copes with life? Not everybody can be, have the drive to deal with things in a positive, healthy way. Some people, that's how they deal with things. That's the only way that they know how to deal with things and cope with life. Should we judge them for that when we have the exact same potential within us? At some point in your life, Pisces, you made a choice to not do that. So, if anything, don't judge that person for making a different choice to what you made. Pat yourself on the back for making the choice that served you best. That person was not able to do that. Don't judge them for that. Look at that as a quality of your own strength, that you did not succumb to that. Don't judge somebody who did. Okay? Sorry for being so... Now I'm getting cranky at myself for being cranky. I'm not cranky. I'm really not. I'm just the way the messages are coming through today. It's no BS. All right. There's no BS on this channel. If I say it, that's what I'm getting. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I will say sorry for saying it so bluntly, but this is what I'm getting. This is what I'm getting. Okay. Pisces, what's going on for Pisces this week? What does Pisces need to know right now, please? Okay, so good. It's wanting to talk about something else now. So moving on from that. All right. So we do have the bouquet coming through first here. This is very giving energy, giving more of your own time, your love, your energy, being open to receive more time, love, energy from others as well. This is actually quite specific message here as well, Pisces. We do have the masculine and the book coming through. And when I was about to ask, do I need a card to clarify what aspect of life this is in regard to? But no, I do not. This is the fish at the bottom of the deck here. I saw that right as I kind of was about to ask in my own head. Giving more time to research, more time to learn, more time to look at the logical, rational, learned, educated side of things when it comes to materialism and money. All right, so there is the need for you this week, Pisces, to just give a little bit of extra time, energy to knowledge about money. All right, so whatever that works out to for you specifically. So for some of you, for some of you, it's got to do with an actual person. All right, the person who's trying to give you money advice, like an accountant or a financial advisor or something like that. So even just a friend or family member who's helping you out with financial advice or something like that, helping you learn how to take care of a certain financial thing in a different way, those sorts of things. Give them time this week. Give them a little bit of time this week. It will work out really well for you, and you will learn how to take care of money a little bit better for yourself. You will, learn how to achieve that material thing that you're wanting here. For some of you, this has got to do with savings, all right? This has got to do with savings for a couple of you, learning how to, finding the knowledge and, doing your research as well. So for those of you where you are wanting to make a big purchase this week, and that's the financial thing here, making sure you're researching it. Don't go out and just buy the first one you see. Research which brand is better, which brand is better quality, which brand is going to last the longest. You need to make a logical, rational, informed decision with big purchases this week, Pisces. All right, trust in the flow. This is an abundant energy for you. It's the more you give time and research into, making sure you understand it. Making sure you know what you're doing, make sure you know what you're buying, make sure you understand and are coming from a more educated perspective with the finances, the more you're gonna receive in return, the more the abundance flows for you. All right, so bit of a, like I said, that was a total different energy coming through there, financial message for you there, Pisces, but we'll see if what wants to come through in regard to love and romance. Pisces, love and romance for our Pisces. Resolution. Keys in your hand, Pisces. Resolution. You're about to find success with love and romance. The resolution, the closure for some of you. Face conflicts with courage. Find the key to unlock understanding. So for some of you, there is a need to once again, research love and romantic stuff going on as well. So if you are having some sort of conflict, face it with courage and know that, as long as you just find the right thing, you'll be able to face that with understanding. It's about understanding at the moment. It's not about necessarily resolving as much as it is about understanding, because the understanding leads to that being resolved. The empathy, understanding, finding the middle ground, all right? Like we saw with that oneness energy. It's not judging someone as beneath you. It's not judging someone as above you. It's finding the understanding and the awareness of how they are equal, the sameness. See the sameness. Find a middle ground, compromising a little bit there with love stuff. For some of you, there is closure this week as well. And that's happening just within your own self when we're finding that balance, that middle ground, once again, within our own self, where it enables us to find a bit of closure with the love thing as well. All right. But there is, the keys are in your hands, Pisces. You have the power to unlock the success here that you're after when it comes to love and romance. All right. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. I would ask if everyone could leave a comment this week and just, make sure we're including everyone's energy in the collective, but also to help me fix YouTube's algorithms. Okay. They have been a bit tetchy this week, so I would really appreciate that. If you could leave a comment, let me know your star sign, what signs you're watching. Let me know if you are okay with the all signs, layout for the weekly readings, or if you prefer the individual videos. Let me know in the comments, guys, and have an awesome week, and I will see you all again soon.